What we have here is the Jansport Carson 80 external frame backpack. You know, that says Carson 90. I thought it was a Carson 80. I got this on eBay. It's used. The Carson 80 is a little bit smaller. So this is, gosh, the 80 translates to approximately 4,800 cubic inches. The 90, that's 90 liters, is 5,400 cubic inches of internal space. So wow, I got a better deal than I thought. Amazing, I didn't notice it before now. Okay, that's cool though. So I've always kind of wanted this type of external frame backpack, but never really got around to doing it. And a couple of hiking friends and I, we all get into Edward Abbey, the author Edward Abbey, the author of Desert Solitaire and the Monkey Wrench Gang. And when you get into a writer like that, you start becoming aware of other artists and writers and other people that share similar viewpoints. And one of those is a guy named Doug Peacock, who he was in, like, I think it was an American Sportsman, one of those old television shows from the 80s. Him and Arnold Schwarzenegger were out taking pictures of grizzly bears, and they had these cool external frame backpacks on it. So I started doing research on them, and I kind of figured I'm going to get an old Jansport D2 or a D3 backpack. And as I was trying to find them online, they don't make really a lot of external frame packs anymore. It's all internal frame. So the ones that are out there are a lot more expensive than you would think they would be, because people still want them. But I started finding the Carson 80 being reviewed a lot, and people seemed to like it and thought it was more comfortable than the D2s and D3s. So I ended up getting one off of eBay, what I thought was a Carson 80, but I just discovered it's a Carson 90, so that's even better. Not a bad price either. So I'll show you a few things about it that I like and a few things that I don't so far, and we'll see how this backpack fares in the coming weeks. So with all the extra space this thing has, that puts it in FILBE territory, whereas the Carson 80 is closer to MOLLE capacity. I just kind of like the way those frames stick out at the top and the bottom. This has a floating lid, and I like it because it's like a three-dimensional lid. There's actually a compartment inside here where you can, it expands quite a bit, and you can put something in there more than just something flat. You could probably fit your entire poncho and a rain suit in there and have a little bit of room for other stuff. Toilet paper, first aid kit, whatever. These buckles are a little awkward to me. They feel weird in your hand, and you've got these points here on the side that look like they're going to break off really easily. These buckles look like something somebody designed maybe just to be different, or maybe to avoid a patent infringement. They feel awkward in the hand. I think I may just replace these. On either side you have these pockets with the zipper that will open it up. They're kind of held in place with the straps, but there's only a single piece of fabric connecting it to the pack. And that's kind of a good idea, because when the pack is full, if you think of the Alice packs, the pack is full, it's bulging out, it's going to infringe upon the internal space of the pocket, but not like this. This way it's just going to push it out a little bit, but it's separate from the pack, so you get the full space of the pocket. Part of the frame actually comes around in a hoop, and the part of the pack fits over it, and then you have here a storm collar that extends upward about 7 or 8 inches, 9 inches. It has some kind of a cinch buckle here that will close it up. Of course, our floating lid would fit right over there. And there's an absolute clutter of straps and things, so I'll sort that out and get back to you. Well, that's slightly uncluttered. You've got the 3 straps that cross over, and 2 of them attached to the pockets just to help hold them close, and obviously these serve as compression straps to hold the pack in when it's full. On either side you have this mesh water bottle pocket. I'm not sure I like these. We will see how well they work. I'm sure they do work okay, but to me they're just a little bit short. I'd like to see them a few inches taller, I guess. Never been a big fan of mesh pockets. They always feel like they're going to catch on something and rip open. And there's an elastic top. It'll probably be fine though. There's a front panel here that opens up to reveal the inside, but this is just like a little pocket made out of the front panel. You could put something long and skinny in there, I guess. It's not very deep. There's a top zip that moves all the way to the bottom to open up to gain access to the main compartment. And there's actually two compartments in there, the upper and the lower, I guess you would call it. There's also a bottom zip that opens all the way from the bottom to the top that also allows you access. The very bottom of the bag has these four fittings where you can attach a strap to it and run it through it and maybe hang something from the bottom of the bag. One thing you'll notice is there's no drain hole at the bottom here, and that's one of the criticisms I've seen on the reviews, is that the pack can fill up with water. So I think I'm going to put a grommet in there just to let it drain. Front panel is down here. If you are using it for side access, if you want to come through the top, you can do that too, just by removing the lid, and it opens up to the main compartment right in here. There's a compartment here behind the straps for a hydration pouch if you are the type that likes those. I've heard mixed reviews about that, so we'll see how it works for me. And that fits basically between your back and the pack. The straps attached to the crossbar of the frame with these pins right here, and there are a second set of holes there so you can narrow the distance between them. Adjusting the height of the straps for torso length is a lot easier than adjusting the focus on this crappy camera. Just unscrew this on both sides and lift or lower the crossbar. Adjust it for torso length and comfort. And lower down where the small of your back would be about. There's this pad. And then we have the hip belt. This is actually pretty comfortable. The adjustments on it are kind of oddball. And it's comfortable. There are attachment loops on both straps so that you could run a tube from your hydration bladder. Presumably you could attach other things to there also. The bottom end of the straps attaches to the frame with another pin down here. This stuff is all kind of cool if you like gadgets. Here's a view of the frame with the pack partially removed. The top here, this is the crossbar. This goes through the top of the pack. A crossbar. And then there's another crossbar down here to the bottom. It's lightweight anodized aluminum. As you can see, there's a curvature to the frame at the top and the bottom. They may be interchangeable, but I'm not sure on that. I haven't tried it yet. So you have the frame that protrudes several inches above the pack. You can attach stuff to it if you need to. This is the floating lid, so you could put something through here and hold it down. You could run straps over and around the frames or off to the sides. You've got all these extra attachment points that you don't have with an internal frame pack. Of course, the frame runs all the way down the side, so you can run bungee cords around it or straps around it for various configurations, just depending on what you're doing. I think some of the waterproofing on this is starting to break down. There's a few sticky parts on the fabric, but a little talcum powder took care of that. I washed it out yesterday too, and the padding is dry now. So it took about 12 hours to actually dry, which is about 12 hours faster than when I washed my MOLLE pack. And it took a day and a half or so. So if you're going to be using this out in a rainy, wet area, that is good news, I guess. Now comes the hard part. making everything in here fit in here, using only what they have available to them in the Apollo 13 capsule. Oh wait, different thing, sorry. Well, I managed to get everything into the pack all right. Now I just have to work on finding appropriate places for everything where it will ride well, comfortably, and balanced. And I'll work on that in the future and let you know how it goes. Thanks for watching.